I am very pleased to welcome you to the 2012 IAEA Scientific Forum. I especially thank Secretary Chu, Minister Margaret Kamal, Minister Gwen Kam, and Director General Haryono for agreeing to participate in this opening session. I thank Mr. Jose Graziano da Silva, Director General of the FAO, for his video message. I also welcome many scientists and technologists who have come to share their expertise with us. When I am asked why I decided to focus on food at this year's Scientific Forum, my answer is simple. There are nearly 1 billion people on this planet who do not have enough to eat. But for me, this is not the figure of statistics. I was born just after the war in 1947, and at that time, we did not have enough food in Japan. My mother sold all of the beautiful kimono in exchange of small portion of food. It should have been extremely sad for my mother. We had 4 kids in my family, and sharing the limited amount of food among 4 was also very sad. The main food for us in Japan is rice, but we couldn't have enough rice. We added peas, potatoes to increase the volume. And these food were donated by the United States and other countries. This was the situation in Japan some decades ago. But I know that this continues to be the situation in many countries. So I didn't have any hesitation to decide to focus on food this year at the Scientific Forum. The IAEA is in a unique position of being able to make nuclear technology available to developing countries. We help them to grow more food, fight animal and plant pests and diseases, and to ensure the safety of food products. Nuclear technology makes a powerful and critical contribution. Working closely with our partners at the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, the IAEA supports over 200 projects in more than 1,000 countries. You saw some example in the film a moment ago. I hope that IAEA Scientific Forum will encourage countries already familiar with these nuclear techniques related to food to make more use of them. And I hope those countries who are not using it will take advantage of the IAEA's service. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to follow up on some of the examples of our work which you saw just now in the film. This is the mandarin coming from Croatia. In Croatia, 90% of the people are involved in the citrus fruit industry. The value of citrus production in this area is estimated at around 30 million euros a year. However, around a third, more than 30% of the annual crops is destroyed by fruit flies. We therefore deployed the sterile insect techniques. It is essentially a form of birth control of insects. It is essential, a form of birth control, and millions of male flies are sterilized using gamma rays. They are released into the wild where they mate with females, but because of the mates are sterile, there is no reproduction. The result has been a drop of no less than 75% in fruit fly damage in the region concerned. This is citrus, this is mandarin, and I like mandarin very much. In my native town, it's a small town, but it is famous for hot spring and mandarin. It is easy to eat, very tasty, contains lots of vitamin C, so I recommend you to have more mandarins coming from Croatia and other countries. Now I have another one. This is, you saw it in the film, and this device is part of an easy-to-use portable laboratory. This is small, but it is already a laboratory. It is making a large difference in controlling animal disease, such as foot and mouth, in more than 30 countries in Africa and Asia. It was co-developed by the IAEA using isotopic and nuclear-related techniques. With this device, vets can carry out diagnostic tests on animals in remote areas. They don't have to come to the laboratory. Laboratory goes there. This makes a big difference. The results are known within an hour. Each test costs less than only $2, less than $2. And vets can give immediate advice to farmers, inform the authorities if necessary, and help prevent the spread of disease to neighboring farms and other countries. This is not related to this equipment, but I went to Mongolia 2 years ago, and I learned that foot and mouth disease is a serious problem in Mongolia. Animals do not recognize borders. They move from Mongolia to China, from Mongolia to Russia, and if they do not control, the disease spreads very rapidly to the region. I met with the president of Mongolia, and he asked us to provide the emergency assistance, and we could make it. And it was one of the things that the agency should be proud of. Finally, I brought another example. This is a variety of barley known as Centenario. And it was developed using a plant breeding technique that involves irradiation. It grows at altitude of around 4,000 meters in the high Andes and is now Peru's leading barley variety. Centenario has more protein than other type of barley. It is tasty and resilient to frost. More importantly, it has a higher yield than other barley types and fetches twice the price as market. It is not only improving the diets of remote communities in the high Andes, it is also increasing their incomes. I like to visit sites, and I went to Peru, and I visited the laboratory. It is only one example, but they developed many other new species. Before visiting Peru, I thought tropical jungle is the place which is very wealthy in new species. But high Andes is also very rich in new species, but as the climate is very difficult, severe, the crops are quite small and that cannot be used immediately. This laboratory in Peru applies nuclear techniques and make these very rare new species usable to make it food, usable food. And very importantly, they do not change the way of farming. The people living there can continue to use the traditional way of doing the farming, and they accept it. Ladies and gentlemen, clearly, the IAEA cannot solve the world's food problem on its own. We may not be the major partner in this field, but we can make an important contribution. I'm proud of the way in which the agency is able to put sophisticated scientific techniques to use and make them available in robust, practical ways in the field. This improves the lives of many thousands of people. Over the next 2 days, you will hear from the people who helped to develop these products and from experts with first-hand experience of the nuclear techniques I have described. This side of the agency's work does not get the same attention, public attention, as activities in nuclear safeguards, nuclear safety, and nuclear security. They are very much interested as a function as a nuclear watchdog, but they do not know our very important, very extensive work in the application of nuclear technology. I hope you will have an interesting, productive meeting. I look forward to hearing about the outcome of your discussions tomorrow. Thank you very much, and I keep it for myself. Thank you very much.